Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to actually show you what a rate fight looks like. I believe it would be kind of hard to find that example in multiplayer, so I decided to go up against the next best superhuman thing that could give me that kind of example, and that was the AI in DCS. In this video, I'm going up against a MiG-29A that is at the highest level of proficiency for the AI in this game or sim, and just watch this clip and see what you notice in reference to the fighting style that is employed by the AI versus what you've seen in my previous videos against actual pilots. And I think you'll be shocked to see the vast difference between a rate fighter and a radius fighter, and you'll see why the rate fighter can easily have the advantage if it sticks to its strengths. One key point that I want to note is I had to bait the AI into getting close enough to initiate a scissors. And honestly, this would be your only attempt to win against a individual that is rate fighting exceptionally well. You would have to trap them, basically energy trap them into a rolling scissors and force them to go slow in order to win. And this is where you would make someone switch from their game plan and hopefully make a mistake. Um, but as you can see, the difference between the Mirage and the 16 or 29 is its ability to just fly away. Alright, so now let's go over what we just saw, and hopefully this may clear up some things for those of you who take an interest to understanding BFM or wanting to get better at it. So after the merge, the MiG-29 and I initiate a one circle head-on pass. This is a good position for me due to my ability to turn just a bit tighter and bleed off all my energy for nose position. Now, one thing to keep note of is just watch the speed difference and what the MiG is able to do just to escape the gunfight. It literally just goes in the vertical. And that essentially is what I am speaking of when I say keep your energy up in a merge, and that will give you the results you want if you're in a 16, a 29, anything that will perform better at a higher rate of speed. And the thing about it is, some would say, well, why don't you just keep your energy up? Why not just fly at a higher speed and then you can keep up with the MiG? Well, the issue with that is I won't get the same performance as that other aircraft, and I won't be able to get the gun solution that I need, because in order for that to happen, I need to bleed energy to get my nose on the Bandit. Whereas the MiG-29, as you can see, all it has to do is just transition from my canopy to my aft, and it's on my 6. Interestingly enough, if you're familiar with the Red October YouTube video, it's a pretty old video where the Hornet pilots went to fight the German MiG-29s. One key point that was noted was the MiG's ability to transition from your canopy to your aft and just fly straight up. I think the AI has done a great job of putting that on full display, and it really makes you see the difference in performance and options when it comes to a radius fighter and a rate fighter. So this is what you should see F-16s doing online. But what you tend to get is pilots that bleed all their energy for a slow down-low fight and are surprised when they do not win. And one thing to note is that even in the instances where I do save my energy to go in the vertical and counter the MiGs, rate fighting or sustained turning, I still end up at a disadvantage because I simply cannot maintain it as well as the MiG can. And that is the difference. The only way I was able to get this fight to become closer, or at least have an attempt at winning, was to lure the AI into a flat rolling scissors by presenting a good target and then cutting into the Bandit. And this is where the fundamentals of BFM really come into play. I find that it's really lacking in multiplayer servers, especially once you get into the Fox 3 arena. People kind of get too comfortable with being able to chuck missiles at each other. It's kind of ironic because if you go to, World War II servers like IL-2, maybe Cold War, the higher you progress in technology, the lesser the ability of the pilots become, almost like a F4 MiG scenario in Vietnam kind of thing. It's pretty interesting to see replicated in the online world. Either way, I hope that this video was helpful, and I think this is a pretty interesting concept, and I see that a lot of people are taking interest in it, so I figured why not make this. just to give you an example of what a actual rate fight looks like.